So a basic process has also got these three steps: inputs, and then the second step is processing, and then is the output. Here we have inputs, throughputs, and the output. Now, when we have these steps of the system, like any system has these, or any process has these steps: input, throughput. Instead of processing, we have throughputs, and then we have the output, right? So what is the input? That starts a process, you know? And why is perception a process? Because it has got a definite beginning and a definite end. The beginning are the inputs and the end is the output. That is why perception is called a process. Plus, process takes some time to begin and end because it undergoes few changes. So here the changes will take place in the throughput step. Our input is the stimuli. What is stimuli? Stimuli is multiple of stimulus. And what is a stimulus? A stimulus is something that is capable of creating a reaction or a response, right? So something that is capable of creating a response or a reaction, it is called a stimulus. Here we have stimuli. That means we have got various stimulus that are present in the environment. Out of these stimuli, out of these number of stimuli, what happens is that one stimulus is selected. As you can see in the throughputs, see over here. Can you see selection, organization, and interpretation? So that is what takes place over here. Selection of what? Selection of stimulus. Out of a number of stimuli, you will select a stimulus. Like there's a game, no, that there are a number of chits or a number of balls and you have to pick up one. Similarly, out of a number of stimuli, one stimulus you are going to select. After the selection of stimuli, it is organized. What is organization? Organization means to arrange in a particular order or in a particular manner. That is called organization, to put something in order. तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा? जो स्टिमुलस आपने सिलेक्ट किया है, राइट, दैट स्टिमुलस इज selected, and then a signal from that sense organ. Who selects the stimulus? Some sense organ is going to select. No? Either you will hear something, or you will see something, smell, taste, touch. There will be some sense organ that is going to receive the stimulus. So after receiving the stimuli, one is selected, and from that stimulus, a signal goes to the brain. Now, what does the brain do? As soon as it gets a message that there's a stimulus, it starts searching its database, है ना? कि ये और या इसके जैसा स्टिमुलस क्या है हमारे पास हमारे डेटाबेस में, यानी कि is there any experience, prior experience or exposure to this stimulus? If there is, है ना, तो आपका ब्रेन आपको बताएगा कि क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा आपका इस स्टिमुलस के साथ, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली यू विल गिव मीनिंग टू दैट कि अच्छा लास्ट टाइम ऐसा हुआ था, तो दिस वाज द थिंग दैट आई फेल्ट और आई हैड अंडरगॉन, तो अभी इस बार ऐसा करेंगे, है ना. या फिर जैसे आप किसी पीडीएफ फाइल में यू search for a word, say you press Control F and you are able to find कि ये वर्ड कहाँ है. सिमिलरली आप ब्रेन में भी सर्च करते हैं, आपका ब्रेन सर्च करता है कि ये स्टिमुलस है क्या, इससे पहले कोई एनकाउंटर हुआ है क्या, and if there is a prior experience with it, what was that experience? Based on your prior experience, now you will give a meaning to the stimulus. And if the stimulus is entirely new, तो क्या होगा? Based on your logic, understanding, based on what uh, your intellect says, or based on what your gut feeling says, you will attach a meaning to the stimulus, and based on what meaning you attach to the stimulus, you will take an action. तो इंटरप्रिटेशन क्या होता है? अटैचिंग मीनिंग टू द स्टिमुलस. तो आपने इंटरप्रिटेशन में यू अटैच सम मीनिंग टू द स्टिमुलस एंड आउटपुट वाज द एक्शन और द रिएक्शन दैट यू गिव. So this was the process of perception. This is how perception takes place. I'll give you a very general or small example. क्या हुआ कि आपको you were exposed to a stimulus. ठीक है. अब जैसे कि कहाँ पर, we'll take the example of a railway station. अब रेलवे स्टेशन पे क्या होता है? What is the scene of a railway station? Suppose you're standing with your family and waiting for your train to come. ठीक है. There will be the sound of maybe some train which is coming, or some engine which is passing by, some sound of horn or some signaling sound. Then you can hear hawkers and vendors who are selling something. Then there will be the sound of coolies. There will be other people on the station who are speaking or talking something. So it will be their sound. Then there will be the sound of the announcement. The sound of the announcement that you hear. And then what will be there? There will be maybe some multiple miscellaneous kinds of noise or voice. Somebody is pulling their luggage, तो उसका sound. तो आप ये देखिए कि कितने टाइप के साउंड्स है, यानी कि ये हो गए नंबर ऑफ स्टिमुलस, या इनको हम बोलेंगे स्टिमुलाई. किस टाइप का स्टिमुलाई है ये? ऑडियो भी है, विजुअल भी है. ठीक है. तो सपोज आउट ऑफ दिस स्टिमुलाई डू यू रिस्पॉन्ड टू ईच एंड एवरीथिंग? कोई बेच रहा है तो उसको जाके बोलते हैं कि भाई नहीं चाहिए, या फिर कोई बात कर रहा है तो आप जाके उनकी बातों में इंटरफेयर करने लगते हैं, और सम कूलीज आर सेइंग समथिंग. सो you don't talk to each and everybody, even if you're hearing their voices, if you're hearing their sound, you do not respond to each and everything. Then what do you respond to? You respond to the stimulus which you select. Right? जैसे कि your mother asks for some water. Now, mother asks for some water. You are hearing so many sounds. Okay, mommy, I am giving you. You have given a reply. Then, what was the stimulus? The stimulus was that you heard a sound, a voice that She wants water. Now you identified that the voice was of your mother. So you selected that stimulus and ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में क्या किया, देखा कि हमारा प्रायर एक्सपीरियंस क्या है स्टिमुलस के साथ. Earlier also when your mother has asked for something, you have given it to her. तो ये आपका प्रायर एक्सपीरियंस है इस स्टिमुलस के साथ. एंड व्हाट इज द इंटरप्रिटेशन कि I have to give water or give whatever my mother is asking for. So that is the interpretation or the meaning that you have attached. And what is the outcome or the action? That you open a bag and you take out a bottle and you give it to your mother. Right? So what was the stimuli? There were number of stimulus, out of which you selected one stimulus, to which you first tried to search on. First you tried to find out कि ऐसा stimulus प्रायर में कभी आया है क्या, और आया है तो क्या किया था. उसके बेसिस पे आप ये इंटरप्रेट करेंगे कि अभी हमको क्या करना है. I have to listen to or give what my mother is asking for, and the action that you took was that you took out your bag or opened the bag and took out the bottle and gave it to your mother. Now, I told you that the stimulus and its exposure or its experience is stored in our brain. Just like this, multiple incidents and their responses are stored in our brain. That means if we talk about our brain, it can carry the information that can be carried by multiple hard disks. But what is the difference? The difference is that we are not aware of it all the time. यानी कि पूरे समय हमको याद नहीं रहता कि हमारा इस स्टिमुलस के साथ ये रिएक्शन रहा है. All the time you do not remember. Why you do not remember? But because if all this comes to your conscious brain, or you are aware of every single stimulus that you have come across, you will be strained and overburdened with the information that is there. I told you that the brain has the memory of multiple hard disks. So you imagine that you know and remember each and everything at hand. What will happen? You will be overloaded or you will be burdened with a lot of information. And that is going to affect your health. That is why this is a automatic system of the body, that it gets stored in the subconscious brain, and whenever you encounter some information that you already have, you immediately get a signal from your brain that this was our experience, so this is what we had done that time. ठीक है? So perception or the process of perception takes place like this. It has inputs in the form of stimuli, then it has throughputs, which are the changes that take place during the process of perception, and then we have the output in the form of action, right? So this is what we had discussed right now in detail. I will send you the notes of these today itself, so you can, just go through this. If you do not understand, we can always discuss it in the next class also. This is what I told you: receiving the stimulus, then selecting it, organizing it, and finally giving an action. Now, the example which I gave you was a personal example, or it was not an organizational example. But since we are studying organizational behavior, we need to understand that we uh, should know, and we should be writing organizational examples. That means examples that are related to the workplace, right? Examples that are related to the workplace. Now, now we will discuss the process of perception from the organizational point of view. So, if we talk about the significance of perception, if we talk about the importance of perception, if we talk about the role of perception in an organization, we are talking about the same thing. That means it is one and the same, whether it is importance, whether it is significance, or whether it is the role of perception. As you all know, perception depends on person. That means it changes from one person to the other, right? It is a subjective uh, concept. It changes from person to person. So we'll see how this concept affects the way in which we work in the organization. The first and foremost, we can say concept where perception works is employment interview. Now, employment interview, what is employment interview? When you give interview for a job, right? They interview for the purpose of employing the candidate is called an employment interview. So, employment interview is generally taken by a panel of people, right? They are called the panelists or the interviewers. These people, they have a set of questions. On the basis of what these questions, they judge the interviewee. That means the candidate who has come from the interview, that candidate is judged on the basis of what responses he or she gives to the interviewer. Now, whenever this interview takes place, they have a set of questions or they ask on their own, right? So, suppose a candidate comes, enters the room, is not very properly dressed. So the first impression that you get is, I don't know, this person has come for an interview and is not on at all serious about how he or she should appear for the interview. What kind of interview this person is going to give, right? Why did you say or think this? Because of the appearance or because of the clothes that that person was wearing. So such a casual approach towards the interview, ऐसे ही job के लिए होंगे, जैसे interview के लिए नहीं serious है, ऐसे job के लिए भी serious नहीं होंगे, है ना? So this happened due to the perception of that person, because he had associated dressing well to interviews. That means if you come for an interview, you're supposed to dress well. And if you're not dressed well, that means you're not serious about the interview. Na? Similarly, if somebody opens the gate and comes inside without taking permission, sits down and has a very loud kind of a body language, So automatically, the interviewers start thinking that this person looks very dominant or very arrogant, that this person did not even ask for permission and has entered without seeking the permission of people in the panel and not even wished everybody to. Now, here you haven't asked a question, still you have made an impression about the candidate, right? This is what happens in employment interviews. Interviews also, interviewers और पैनलिस्ट, उनका भी बैकग्राउंड सबका अलग अलग होता है, सबका सोचने का, सबका यू नो कल्चरल बैकग्राउंड, सबका मॉरल बैकग्राउंड अलग होता है. दैट इज व्हाई द परसेप्शन इज डिफरेंट. Also, sometimes a candidate is rejected even if the candidate has got knowledge. Especially you see in SSBs. कैंडिडेट डज नॉट नो, यार मैंने तो सारे आंसर दिए थे फिर भी मुझे सिलेक्ट नहीं किया. सो दैट इज देयर परसेप्शन. दे सी यू होलिस्टिकली, entirely, what is the kind of personality you have, what are the characteristics, how you are behaving, and things like that. So it is on the basis of the perception of the interviewer, that if you fit in or if you are acceptable to that interviewer will give a thumbs up or a yes to you. That means you will be selected. If you do not fit in, he will or she will reject you on their own criterias or basis, right? So this becomes difficult if uh, your individual perception affects your decision, because perception is nothing which can be verified है ना कि ये सही है और ये गलत है. It is just a subjective concept. So किसी का perception सही या गलत नहीं होता है, हर किसी का perception बस एक दूसरे से अलग होता है. Now another thing or another concept where perception comes into place, performance appraisal. Very important part of an organization's existence, performance appraisal. Performance means the performance on the job. Appraisal means the review or the analysis of performance of the employee. So suppose somebody is in sales, so the analysis of performance will be from the number of units that a person has sold. Right? So how is performance analyzed? Performance is analyzed after a specific period of time. What is that specific period of time? That specific period of time is generally 1 year. So after every year, it can be different for different organizations, but in general it is 1 year. So after every year, the employees' performance is analyzed. And who analyzes these performance? Some superior or some panel is made where the reviewers or the raters, they are given certain criteria. Suppose उनको 5 criteria दे दिए जिसकी बेसिस पे उनको परफॉर्मेंस को रिव्यू करना है. और क्या करते हैं, हर क्राइटेरिया का एक स्कोर होता है. मान लीजिए सबके का बेस या सबका स्कोर जो है वो 10 है. Now out of 10 you have to rate the employee how well he or she has done, and then a total of the score is done, and then it is compared to a standard score, that what should have been the score. If the score is more, that means the person has performed very well. If the score is equal, that means the person has put in an effort or complete effort to do that work. And if it is low, that means there is still scope for effort, the employee can improve. Okay, so Why is this important? Because you need to give feedback also to the employees that how they have worked throughout the year and what is the kind of performance that is expected from them, right? So that is why it is an important part of the organization. Now, again, appraisal is done by a group of people. Their perception about how well you have done that work or how well you fit in that criteria, that is going to decide your score, right? Suppose now if we say discipline, how do you measure discipline? How well you have followed the rules and regulations, you know? Now how well you have followed, that depends on that rater only. If he thinks you have followed the rules and regulations, he or she is going to give you a high score. Otherwise, she is going to give you a low score. So the rating or the score depends entirely on the rater and what they think about that particular employee and his or her performance. Right? So whenever you analyze the performance, assess the performance, review the performance, the review or the result of the review depends on the person who is reviewing it. एक ही एम्प्लॉय का रेटर्स भी अलग अलग रखे जाते हैं ना, तो एक ही एम्प्लॉय का ऐसा भी पॉसिबल है कि कोई अच्छा अप्रेजल दे, दैट मीन्स somebody gives good score on all the criteria and some gives bad score. Again, गुड बैड अगर सबका एक जैसा है, यानी कि if everybody is thinking in the same manner, that means that they have given the actual assessment. But अगर सबका अलग है, that means the assessment has been affected by their perception about your work and performance. ठीक है. Similarly, if we talk about assessing the level of effort, कि किसने कितना एफर्ट लगाया काम करने में. अब एफर्ट कोई ऑब्जेक्टिव कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, दैट मीन्स यू कैन नॉट मेजर एफर्ट. कोई स्केल, कोई वेइंग स्केल, कोई तराजू तो है नहीं कि आप उनका एफर्ट निकाल के और उस पर रख कर मेजर कर लेंगे इतने किलोग्राम एफर्ट था. नो, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट? So again, here the subjective evaluation will come in, because suppose uh, my boss sees me sitting on my place from morning till evening. So he or she might think that this person is very hardworking because they are all the time available on their desk and doing some work. And if somebody has the habit of getting up every now and then, taking a coffee break and talking to other people, the general assumption or the general assessment will be कि this person does not put in full effort, है ना, wastes the energy and effort in other things. Again, this is their point of view. कोई आपने मेजरमेंट तो किया नहीं, कोई ऐसा क्राइटेरिया तो था नहीं जो ये कहता है कि डेस्क पर बैठने वाला ज्यादा हार्ड वर्किंग है और जो the one who takes breaks and talks to people, that person is less hardworking. There is no theory which says this. There is no rule which says this. That means ये क्या है? ये एक person का अपना assumption है जिसके basis पर वो action या decision देते हैं. Then assessing loyalty. What is loyalty? Loyalty is your dedication towards your organization. How committed you are to your organization. So how do you assess loyalty? Assessing loyalty again is a subjective thing, just like assessing the level of effort. How do you know? You cannot enter the heart of a person to see whether this person is loyal or not. What all you can do, you can only observe what he or she does, and on the basis of that, you can bring out an analysis. Right? So, when you assess loyalty, again, it is a subjective concept because it will depend from person to person. Now, I told you that somebody who's sitting on the desk throughout the day or on the workplace or work desk, that person is available throughout the day. So you will think that this person is loyal. हो सकता है that person is collecting information throughout the day to give it to somebody else, maybe somebody who is outside the organization. तो क्या ये लॉयल था? बिल्कुल नहीं था, पर आपको देखकर क्या लगा कि बहुत ही डेडिकेटेड और लॉयल एम्प्लॉय है. So perspective or the perception about the person can also be wrong if you are assessing it in that way. But since there is no standard scale or criteria to measure loyalty, that is why it becomes to subjective judgment. That means it depends from person to person. Again, we'll talk about how perception affects the performance and satisfaction in an organization. ठीक है, तो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ परसेप्शन हमको समझ में आ गया, राइट? नाउ हाउ यू परसीव योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. अब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या उसके एम्प्लॉयर्स आपको नहीं असेस कर रहे हैं, बल्कि you are assessing the organization. Now suppose you're not happy with the workplace, the environment, or the way you share relationship with your superior. Suppose you're not happy over it, so what will happen? You will become disinterested in work, right? And when you become disinterested, what happens? That your focus loses. You lose focus over that work. And when you lose focus, what happens is that you do not like to go to the workplace purposely. You will start absenting yourself. That is called absenteeism. है ना? तो जानबूझ के आप जाएंगे नहीं. You don't feel like going to the workplace because you do not like the way you are being treated. उसी सुपरवाइजर के अंडर और लोग भी काम कर रहे हैं और हो सकता है कि उनको इससे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो, यानी कि दे आर फोकस्ड ऑन देयर वर्क, सो दे विल बी एबल टू वर्क बेटर. एंड दोज हु आर not liking it, losing their focus, not interested in the work, it is not attracting them, so what will happen? They'll start absenting themselves and finally they will leave the organization. What is turnover? Here we are not talking about the financial turnover. ठीक है, यहाँ पर हम इकोनॉमिक टर्नओवर की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, यहाँ हम एम्प्लॉई टर्नओवर की बात कर रहे हैं. व्हाट इज द एम्प्लॉई टर्नओवर? एम्प्लॉई टर्नओवर इज the number of employees leaving the organization during a particular period of time. Say that time is 1 year. तो एक साल में कितने employees organization को छोड़कर चले गए, whether they have left the job on their own or they have died, so they have automatically left the job. So how many number of employees are leaving the organization in a particular period of time or during a particular period of time, that is called the turnover or the employee turnover. So your level of dissatisfaction becomes so high that you leave that job. And some people may still be working because they are not that dissatisfied or it is not affecting their, you know, it is not affecting their psychology that they leave that job. Then job satisfaction, again, job satisfaction is a feeling. You know? It is nothing that is, in terms of money or in terms of any materialistic thing. It is a feeling. Satisfaction, in fact, is a feeling. From the same job, working on the same position, with the same level of experience and education, suppose two people are working, like A and B. The level of job satisfaction for A will be different from that of B because they are different persons. They have different expectations from their job. Now, different expectations give rise to different kind of results. Suppose I am satisfied with my job, so my level of satisfaction will be higher. And somebody who has some more expectations, यानी कि उनको लगता है कि उनको और better environment मिल सकता है, better profile मिल सकता है, better responsibilities and role मिल सकता है, तो क्या होगा, हमेशा dissatisfied रहेंगे, and that is why their job satisfaction will be lower. ठीक है, तो same job on the same position with the same level of education and experience, two people can have different level of satisfaction just because their perception of their job is different. One perceives that he or she can get better job or better situations in which that person can work, and the other thinks that uh, they are getting what they want, yani ki in terms of money or in terms of whatever return they are expecting from their job, they are getting the same return from their job. That is why we can say that the person is satisfied. So again, job satisfaction becomes a subjective phenomenon. That means depend from person to person. Now it is important to understand perception because it helps us to uh, know how a person thinks. कैसे कोई सोचता है, कैसे कोई चीज एनालाइज करता है, क्या उनका आइडिया है, कॉन्सेप्ट है अबाउट समथिंग, दैट वी कम टू नो आफ्टर अंडरस्टैंडिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ परसेप्शन. अब आपको ये भी समझ में आ गया होगा कि हर कोई परसेप्शन फॉर्म करता है. सो टुमारो if you are rejected from a job, you should not get disappointed that or you should not uh, think negatively of yourself that I was not worthy of the job. Maybe that was the perception of that person who had analyzed you. Maybe that person was not able to analyze you well or was not able to uh, know your capabilities in that job interview. So perception affects many facets or many dimensions in an organization, है ना. हमने देखा कि वो employment interview में भी role play करता है, वो job satisfaction में भी role play कर रहा है, वो employment interview में या employee को select करने में और loyalty effort सबको analyze करने में perception का ही रोल है. So perception has got an important role in an organization. So if you're asked the role or the significance or the importance of perception, this is what you are supposed to answer. Have you understood? Is there any doubt? Have you understood the process of perception and what is the importance of perception, how it is working in an organization? Class, do you want to ask anything? All right. In the next class, we will discuss perceptual errors, right? Perceptual errors, what are these? The errors that affect perception. That means the ones which distort or change the perception of people, they are called the perceptual errors. And they specifically affect the performance appraisal of the employees. They affect other areas also, but we'll talk in the context of how these errors affect the performance appraisal. All right. Okay. Okay, then I'll take your attendance if you do not have any doubts. If you have, please feel free to ask. If you do not have doubts, then we can continue with our attendance. Okay, then I'll take your attendance.